Welcome back to Law Talk Moments, a legal program designed to help make the complex simple and to promote the practice of law, which I unapologetically consider to be a noble profession. I'm attorney Rob Caprera, and I'm humbled to be your host again for this program. Today we're beginning with the first part of our new series focused specifically on representing the elderly or incapacitated client. I really look forward to spending time with you on this topic because it seems that every family at some time or another will have to deal with an elderly or incapacitated family member or friend. Though aging takes place progressively in all of our lives, sometimes these issues jump on us quickly and catch us off guard. I can't tell you how many times I've received a call from children of an aged parent who tell me that mom or dad is really in need of help or services or emergency estate planning. And the thought inevitably goes through my mind, didn't you see it coming? But it's not that simple, and I know there are many reasons why families wind up in that predicament. Without criticizing, I'd like to speak into that recurring situation and try to encourage you all to try to get ahead of this problem as soon as you can. It's all about simple planning. The first step deals with the fundamental question, who, in fact, is the client? Is it the parent or the child? This question isn't always that easy to answer, but it is the essential starting point. From the lawyer's perspective, this confusion has to be sorted out right at the beginning. It's necessary to know who is calling the shots, who is defining the issues, who is the best historian, who can be trusted and who can't be trusted. Does everyone in the mix ascribe to the same noble agenda, or are there some hidden agendas lurking in the shadows? Are all the children on the same team, or are there white sheep and black sheep in the family? Are there hurts from the past that are now raising their ugly heads? Are there rivalries among the children? Or favorites of the parents who have always been treated special? If the mother and father are still alive, how good is their marriage? On the periphery, are there financial advisors, accountants, counselors, or clergy who are directing the thoughts of the parents and children? And are they all equally trusted and on the same page? There are a lot of concerns that have to be addressed. Ultimately, I found a pretty reliable way for me to determine who will be my client. I simply start talking about my fee. Who is it who feels that it is important enough to have a lawyer in the conversation to pay that lawyer for the services? Usually this works, but sometimes it can be deceiving because on occasions it is the blackest sheep in the family with an unrealistic agenda that is willing to pay the freight so long as they can boss all the others around. You just have to be careful about these things. But you do have to identify the client. This is very important. My help for the elderly or incapacitated person will prove out in the plan that I will suggest and help them implement. It will be based upon my perception of that person's support structure, their family, friends, and advisors. It will depend on their needs, financial, social, medical, spiritual, present, and future. It may involve tax considerations, though as a personal rule, I always try to prohibit the tax tail from wagging the dog. Simple estate documents might adequately address the problem, or the courts might need to become involved with guardianships, conservatorships, commitments for mentally ill people, or protective services for people at risk. As you can see, in just a brief look at this topic, we've raised a whole pile of issues in starting our representation of the elderly or incapacitated person. You need to identify the client first before you can start identifying the problems of that client. You may not be able to make everyone happy in the mix, so I've learned the hard way that it's too hard and too exasperating to try. The client must be identified first, and then the prospect of helping that client becomes easier. Hopefully this is a good start for you in our consideration of representing the elderly or incapacitated person. In further programs, we will explore the common legal issues that these clients will raise. I really want to help you understand the breadth and depth of this matter in our culture. More and more elderly people are living longer and longer lives, and all of us, lawyers and lay people alike, have the opportunity to come alongside these people in their need and extend help that will be truly appreciated. It is always a privilege to serve others. As a lawyer, I have never forgotten this fact. As your presenter in this series, I'm ever more mindful that this is an area where we can all make a positive impact in our culture. So I earnestly invite you to join us here at Law Talk Moments in the upcoming programs, where hopefully we will learn together to make the complex simple for our elderly and incapacitated friends. If you have any questions or concerns related to this topic which you'd like us to consider, please submit your thoughts or questions to my website, capreralaw.com, and I'll try to respond timely. Let this program be your program for your benefit. As always, thank you for listening and take care.